Welcome to the Friday night edition of the Dusty News Network. It's already November 22nd. Can you believe it? God, it's this year just like flew by. I hope you guys who made it yesterday enjoyed the surprise guest I had for you, that little semi pop up, because I did put up a notice about it, about, I don't know, maybe an hour beforehand, so that you would know, kind of have an idea of what was coming, but it was definitely not a super planned event, but everybody seemed to enjoy my time spent giggling with my goofy friend Ken. Yeah, all the regulars are here, and then I expect we'll probably get some new people in as the evening wears on. Feel free to share a link right quick, to your social media or whatever. I am out of Facebook jail now. I'm out. Speaking of which, see, I'm so unused to sharing now that I forgot all about it. So I didn't even do it myself. Let me do this right quick before we get started with these slides, because I do believe quite a few of them came from Facebook. So let's get this there. Okay, there we go. I'm sharing it on my wall and see what people have to say about that. All right. Well, for those of you who somebody Leandra's already tipsy. Oh no. Yeah, I thought it was fun too. He was a little nervous, but he'll get better. I'll have him on again at some point, and we'll talk about some more stuff. But for those of you who may be new here, what we do on Friday nights, this is not a serious show whatsoever like most of our other broadcasts. On this one, we make fun of people. We rag on folks, and we point out their low IQ and their poor sense of humor and their twisted and backwards thinking and their ghetto-ness, their ratchetness, and a whole bunch of otherness. We point those out. Hey, lady boss, that's my moderator in the house. Whoop, whoop. She keeps everything under control, so you don't go too buck wild like people were doing last night. Oh my God, that's a church man. He didn't say all of that, but that's why he didn't use colorful language, and I was trying to keep myself under control, but it was very hard. You got your cranberries ready for the dust station. Oh my God. Well, here we go. Let me load up our slides for today, and let's get started. Okay. Now, the subject of child support is a big one with Dusties. They cannot stand that a woman and a child need some financial support from the man who went in half. Okay, you went in half on the baby. You need to be unassing some money. And even the amount that they pay, unless they puffy or somebody, it's not really, adequate for the actual cost of the child. They pay a pittance, and then they had a nerve to be complaining. But this is the dusty logic of the century now. This, and he's trying to make it seem like it's a hard pill to swallow. That if you need child support, then you don't need custody. Okay. Well, then you take custody and then you pay for everything since you such an expert at it. You do it. But they don't want to do that because then that's going to, twist into their hoe chasing and, bed hopping and all the stuff that they love to do. They won't be able to do that because they have to be responsible for a child. Homework, when it's sick, you can't go to work. All those inconveniences that single mothers have to deal with. They don't want to do that. They just want to bitch and complain. And so this is what this is. So they're trying to say, well, if you can't afford to take care of our child by yourself, then you don't need to have the child out, but he's not really saying that he will take the child, just that you don't need to have it. But that's why I'm saying, yes, Lacey, I'm telling you, $50, $100, I mean, the kid use $100 in diapers. That ain't shit. Yeah, they don't want anything. They don't want any responsibility. They just want to fart around and make babies and then going about their business scot free to do the same thing all over again somewhere else. So I thought this was this was amazing. I just stared at this like, wow, who would even think that this made sense? Now this was funny. The gender neutral term for sugar daddy is glucose guardian. Leandra, I put this in here for you. You're going to be looking for some glucose guardians. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God. It just made me think about some old man diabetes and everything. I heard about that where it can last for like 15 years or something, some kind of shot. 13 years, some long amount of time, and it's like way safer for them than it is for women. Let's see how that goes. I was reading about that, Cassie, earlier today, or was it yesterday? But yeah, let's get some glucose guardians in deck here. I need me a little sugar daddy. Some old geezer. 1 foot on a banana peel and 1 foot in the grave. Okay, let's move on. I'm talking shit. All right, now here we go. This guy's pointing out how this what happened to this woman and trying to tell y'all that you have there's great risk to being to complaining about your man cheating. You have to think about the big picture and the long-term possible repercussions. Uh so he's saying, well, Tasha went living in a penthouse to selling dime bags. And if you don't have any job skills or income coming in, let your man cheat in peace. Let your man cheat in peace. Because you might be on the street with not living large no more. And say I have to sell dime bags. Now, see, this is one of the issues why a lot of women, stuff like this. It means you have to sacrifice your ideals, your morals, your values, and what it is you want to have in life, the type of commitment that you want to have. You have to sacrifice that for, a lifestyle, for money, for food or whatever. I don't know what he's trying to say here. Because, you don't have to live in a penthouse. Just a regular little house is fine. And, but he's saying that, the man should be able to treat you any old kind of way that he wants to. Otherwise, you might be out on the street and, having to sell dime bags. So it becomes an issue where women, fearing this kind of treatment, seek to become, financially independent on their own so that they don't have to be in that kind of situation. I mean, it's nice if the guy can provide it. I mean, they'll enjoy it and, it'll be great and everybody's all happy and everything. But it's not like they need it. And yet, these guys, they taunt you with this, and then they complain at the same time that you're, quote, too independent because you don't need them. So it's like if you relax those reins and you do need him, then you have to expect that he's going to cheat and do what he wants to do, and you just going to have to suck it up because you need him. Do you see the twisted, dusty logic here? I'm not really tired, and so may not be using my exact sharp words that I usually do. But to me, it's like they're trying to put you in this trick bag where no matter what you do is wrong. Either they're complaining that you're too independent and you don't need them, or they're yet telling you that you ain't nothing and get out and you're not going to you leave with nothing because they want to dog you out because you're not independent and you do need them. So I just don't know. We call it Elevated Goddess is called Dusty Logic on this show. This is the Dusty News Network. So, there's white boys that can be dusty too. Don't get it twisted. But and shoot, there's even dusty women. So that part of your comment was really incorrect. But for the most part, we do talk about dusty brothers. All right, so let's go back to this. I let you guys see this one more time to see what I'm talking about. It's just you get put in a cross. You right in the middle. So let's move on. I don't. There's not too much to say about that. Now, this is such ragging on women. I was like, oh my God, dude, for real? He says that no real man wants an alpha female because she ain't nothing but a dude with boobs and this mini eggplant. Fellas, leave these emotionally transgender females alone. Yes, dear, they sure do. That's exactly was my point, and you summed it up quite nicely. All shapes, sizes, and colors, and genders. So, sexes, whatever you want to call it these days. So, yeah, emotionally transgender. But see, it's like when you see stuff like this, and then he mentions the transgender thing in there. Okay, but see, now they're saying that those things aren't necessarily female, right? Because if you're a man and you feel like you're a woman, even though you don't have those things, then you're still a female. So why can you say? I mean, this makes no sense in light of our current society where they're trying to get everybody to believe that there's no such everybody's born a blank slate. So if that's the case, then guys, then a woman that is an alpha female is just as much a real female as an alpha. I mean, a non-alpha female. You know what I'm trying to say? There's no real difference then. There's no difference between a man and a woman. Then there's no difference between an alpha female and a non-alpha one. That's what I'm trying to say. So either you believe in that trans stuff or you don't. But you're not going to pick and choose and apply it in cases of women and then let men get a pass and say that they're women. No, 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 no. You pick one side and you stay there. Yeah, it is radical, Angel. It sure is. And so is this stupid meme here. So I'm sick of looking at it. Let's move on. Look at that dude expression on dude's face. A guy who can't afford $10 condoms miraculously is able to come up with $50 for a Plan B pill. Isn't that amazing? They showed them when they start facing with the realities of their child support, they magically come up on some money. Yeah, let me just get two so you can have a backup one in case you need another one next week. I'm just like, these dudes are just so dusty. Now you notice this was not a Negro. But he dusty as hell. Okay, dusty. Now, women are crazy. I'll tell you what, he says. Just because I gave her a drawer at my house, went on vacation with her, introduced her to my parents, and told her I have feelings for her, does not mean I have feelings for her. Okay, what? Say what? Uh, how does that make her crazy? That means that you don't know what you're doing. And you just all over the place, talking crazy to her and lying and trying to manipulate and coerce her into doing stuff. And then you pull the rug out from under her. This happens to so many women. So many women. He tells you all this stuff and then he acts like I mean, his behavior matches the words, right? But then he says, well, that doesn't really mean I'm like, okay, what is going on here? That's the stuff, that gaslighting stuff that makes you feel crazy. So I guess women might end up being crazy after all of that, now that you think about it. Yeah, they love us though, but they're scared to love us. That's another show. That's one of the shows I want to talk about is men's fears. When they start falling in love, man, they just turn into fools. But let us move on. Don't ever let a man tell you that he's not good at housework. I've seen forensic files, and men can make a bathroom spotless. Oh, honey, yes, they can. Be cleaning down drains, under floorboards, in ceiling grates, all kind of stuff. Down drains, everything is clean and spotless because they don't want to get caught. They don't want no blood stains around. Oh, yes. But I thought this was kind of amusing. No, this is not necessarily a dusty thing, but I thought it was amusing. Now, we've talked about this before. We've talked about this several times, actually, about the difference in culture and U.S. black men, and I've heard women say the same in other continents, like in Africa and some other places where there is a large population of black men, that they have this attitude that the women are supposed to be there to help them achieve, help them establish themselves, help them come up. help them by supporting them and giving them money, letting him drive her car, live with him for free, all kinds of stuff. They expect women to do that, and they don't, and they actually get resentful if a woman wants to get with a guy who's already taken those steps to become the man that he wants to be on his own. Okay, they get mad. Well, because you just there for the good part, they say. You don't want to help a brother build. And, but, this, as this meme points out, no other race of men on this planet complain about having something to bring a wife into, to have something established for the children they want to have. They have a house, they have some property, they have something. And they bring their wife into that because this is his way of showing, I am a man. I can provide for you. I can provide for any children that we have. I can provide for our family because I'm that dude. Okay? I don't want you worrying about this kind of stuff. I got that. You take care of the kids. Make sure the house is happy. That people are fed well and well nourished, and get their medical treatment and stuff. That they're loved and supported and encouraged. And okay, that's the kind of man that women are looking for, right? I mean, you know what I mean? You can do it by yourself, certainly. But it's nice when you have a man who says, I don't want you to do that. I want you to do this other thing over here, and I'll do this part. And are you down with that? Most women would say yes. Because shit, trying to do it all by yourself is shit is stressful as hell. And, but it was just really interesting because, you do watch, like, if you watch, like, a lot of, like international videos, documentary type things like that, and you see the cultural differences in how young men are raised and the expectations of them in their communities and in of their nation and their families and everything, and it's just very, very different. I don't know. It's just here. It's like the black man get coddled and protected and supported and all this stuff by their mothers and everybody else, and so they grow up to think that they're supposed to still have that kind of assistance and support and stuff like they're a child, and but they just transfer the responsibility from their mama, grandmama, whoever raised them, to this woman that they're, the baby mama, the wife, the girlfriend, whoever it is that they're, with at that moment. And it's just some amazing stuff. It's extremely disappointing. And you see young men, that's their example of a father, somebody who needs all this fucking help from women. But yet he want to turn around and say, well, you need to bow down to me. You need to submit to me. I'm the leader. I'm the king. No, you're not. You're not anything. If anything, you just an equal. You are equal. So if you a king, so is she, right? Because she doing half, usually actually more. Because she come in, like we talked about, I don't know if somebody ordered the book, the second shift. The women come in, they done worked straight 8 to commuted just like you. But now she coming in slinging pots and bathing kids and making lunches and doing laundry, loads of laundry and all that stuff while he sits on his ass. So she's worked another 3 or 4 hours when she gets home, and so women actually do more, you know. So for him to sit up there and think like, well, I don't have to be financially stable. She's going to help me. You putting too much burden on a woman. And ladies, you fall for that game. You's hella stupid. You are just unbelievable. Hey, someone from Twitch, Bobby Baby Lawn, Babylon, and Bread Band. It's nice to see you over here. Um, Yeah, this is just some amazing stuff. So I'm telling you, it's very disappointing. So if you have a son and you're raising your son, make him get a job as soon as he gets interested in girls. He needs to earn the money to take um, these girls out. Don't you be giving him money. That's some pimp stuff. You give him money to go on a date. You're basically supporting your son's sex life. That's what that is. So you don't do that. At the time he gets interested in girls, he want to start talking about, oh, um, I want to go out with a girl, then he need to have a job. He need to have a job, and that's just the way it is. You don't support other men, other women, him and his sex life, because you ain't no, he ain't your pimp, and that's just the bottom line. That's one thing that I think would help a lot if mothers got themselves together and use that message with their sons. Now this, I was like, damn. Remember when Al B. Sure and all them used to be in style? Something happened, and everybody want the. That's right, Sonia. See, Sonia know what up. No, Sonia know what is up. Coming home to a light-skinned husband, I'd rather sleep outside. I was like, no. Oh, girl, come on, for real. That's messed up. But that is like the brown and the chocolate brothers is what's in style. Everybody be, after that chocolate. So I just thought that this was just hilarious. She was just like so straight with her preference and this had no shame. Now this lady makes a very, very interesting observation about how men try to say that we are the overly emotional. We're the ones that are overly emotional and volatile and fly off the handle and have all these emotions and just can't control ourselves, all this kind of stuff, right? But she points out that men are the ones that go on, shooting sprees because they're not getting enough eggplant action. But, so tell me more about how women are the ones that are too emotionally volatile to handle our shit. Uh, it's colorism. Yes, it is. But you know what? It's fun to turn it around, isn't it? Because normally it's directed at women. So it's just a point made here, ladies. It's nothing to be getting all your panties all in a bunch about. It's just this is the Dusty News Network, okay? Everything on here is dusty, whether it comes from a male or a female. So you do not get in your feelings about anything that you see on this show. If you do that, you're missing the whole point of it. And that means you're way too sensitive to be here. And you should go. Because otherwise, you're going to be like super in your feelings when we start talking about women. Come on now. That's the whole point of the show is to point out the stupidity of people's thinking. So you don't try to make sense of it. You laugh at it. Okay? You doing too much. So let's move on. Now this dude right here, okay. First of all, let me talk about his beard. Am I the only one that hates these things that look like a bird's nest? I hate these beards. I hate them with a passion. It's like all over somebody's face. It just looks like it's some birds that come flying out there and some baby birds are going to start going tweet, 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 and with their mouths over looking for some worms. Oh, man. Yeah, you do, elevated goddess, but that's why it's fun to do something that's different. That's the whole point. That's why I included it. Now this one, he's trying to sound all scientific, like, right, look at this. He's trying to sound all learned and erudite and all that old stuff. Like, your good time is based on your pH balance, beloved, because the majority of women are not on an alkaline diet and their cooch is dysfunctional because of all the GMO and acidic food. Okay, now knucklehead, where is your MD? Here he is over here quoting that quack ass fool, that Dr. Sebi that had black folks running around with their nose open, listening to that trash he was talking. And so here he is quoting it and making it sound like he knows what he's talking about. Unfortunately, in a situation like this, a whole bunch of women would listen to this and believe it, and then they would, relate it to quote, Dr. Sebi, and who claimed he cured all these different diseases and all this old stuff, and all the people that he claimed he cured is dead. So, I mean, what? I don't know. I think that a lot of times, and this is, when something is said with a voice of authority, for some reason, black folks want to just believe it. I just don't get that at all with no kind of like, logical thinking. Okay, what sense does that make? What everybody in the world knows about nerve endings and, contractions and blood flow and all the stuff to the whole thing that makes women aroused. Okay, it don't have nothing to do with your pH balance, you idiot. See, this is when people take like they have too much time on their hands. They go on the internet, right? And they go on these like hotepery sites where they think they know stuff, right? They take bits and pieces of other stuff and they put it together and they regurgitate it and try to massage it around and make it sound like they know what they're talking about. So a woman who is not that educated about science, biology, or physiology would listen to this trash and might, be impressed and think that he sounds like he knows something. I know better. My mama was an RN. Okay, I know the human body inside and out. Nothing that he says here makes a lick of sense. Anything that has to do with Dr. Sebi is he's an idiot. He may as well be a Mooney. Okay, people following around behind his ass. Oh my God, it's just too much. So you see this, and you see this man trying to once again tell women like they know more about our body than we do. And he ain't got no medical degree, ain't studied nothing, ain't a nurse, ain't even a physician's assistant, not even a dental assistant. He don't know shit about what he's talking about. But because it's on the internet, a whole bunch of people are gonna go take it away and believe it like it's a fact. And ladies, you should never listen to a man about your body. Okay? I wouldn't even have a male OBGYN. I want a female. I want somebody who understands the shit I'm talking about because she got the same equipment. I don't want some man who's talking about theories. Fuck out of here. Well, it shouldn't hurt that much. You know what? Let me grab your nuts and let's see if that. I'm gonna tell you that shouldn't hurt that much. Now, do we have a clear understanding here? You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Honey, the Moonies. I've been reading up on the Moonies because I have some theories about them. I'm going to be talking about their asses in February too, but I'll tell you about that later. I have all kind of stuff. My mind is just crazy because I think of all kind of stupid stuff. But it's going to be very interesting watch. All right, now let's move on. I'm sick of him. This was funny. She just totally put the smash on dude. How to deal with unsolicited eggplant pictures. So he sends the eggplant picture, which is conveniently cut off. Thank goodness. She says, "Did you just send me a picture of a child's eggplant?" He's like, "What the fuck? No. What's wrong with you?" "Well, it looks like a child's eggplant. I'm reporting this." And so now, yeah, Aisha. Well, they didn't want to say it was, but yeah, it was. And growing up in San Francisco, I used to see them downtown all the time. I grew up with seeing surrounded by the Moonies. I know about that shit firsthand. I had friends that joined it. So, in high school and stuff. So I'm like, I got some shit to say about them crazy, whack ass people. And I think these trans people are just on the same mentality. They just not on the trans train. They was on the Mooney train. Now they on the trans train. It's the same shit. Same shit. And I will be proving it. Let's move on. Be the dude who asked her for money because she already got 5 dudes giving her money. You got to stand out. They keep notice there's a thing. We did one last week where the dude had to stand out. You got to be different. They want to be different. They want to stand out and make sure that he's different. So this is his way of doing it. You ask her for money. Now, when a man asks me for some money, he's going to get his feelings hurt because, A, I don't never have none. I'm terrible. I run around with like $5, $10. The other day I had 15 and I was shocked. Probably because I broke a 20 and that was what was change was left. But I'm terrible. I rarely have cash on me. I don't know why. But that's just the way I roll. Let me see. Where am I here? Okay, I'm trying to see where I am on the lineup. Okay, we got plenty more to go. Let's move on. Now, dude is like trying to, give brothers a head up. Fellas, this ain't the weather for arguing if you ain't on the lease. And I was like, oh, reality check. You need to shut up. You ain't on the lease. You could be put outdoors. Outdoors. And in some of them states, we get these 30, 20, 10, 2, 3, 5 below. It cold. So you need to keep your mouth shut, my brothers. Wait till spring to talk shit. That's basically what he's saying. Because you ain't on the lease, that means you ain't paying no bills. You ain't paying. So, You need to be quiet. Be quiet. Hush. Hush, as the old folks say. Hush. Now, this was just so sad and so dusty. I just didn't even know what to say. I stared at, okay, look at this. Now, the curb is at the ground level. And so then the little pole to keep people from, walking on it. And here we go. Your standards are too high. Your standards are too high. They're curbside, my loves. Curbside. And this person is still saying that your standards are too high. I was like, oh my God. Whatever shall we do? Some of you, I don't know if your standards are too high. I think some of them are unrealistic. But I've talked about that before. And some of the standards are just not high enough. Some of you just really don't have any. Y'all all over the map. So we'll be working on that too during February, trying to get you to, um, understand what kind of standards you need to have, and how to really adhere to your boundaries and maintain them with people. Because maintaining your boundaries and establishing and maintaining your boundaries is going to be the key to romantic success, along with the other few other things I'll be going over too. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, if you are not a subscriber to this channel, let me tell you about February. This is my commercial right quick, y'all. Every February, we do video a day February. So we take that F off and put a D. That's February for me. And I do a video every day. Some of them are live streamed, some of them are pre-recorded, some of them are have guests, panelists and stuff. It's trying to mix it up. But basically, it's a solid month of everyday new content. I do that once a year, every February. This year is 29 days of brand new videos every single day. So if you are not a subscriber, then please become one. You can take a look at some of the previous February playlists to get an idea of what I do and how we do it around here. All right. So check that out. February 2020. The graphics and stuff will be created very soon. Yeah, the show is. Who you telling? That's what I'm starting now. This time last year, I didn't start till like January 20th or something. I'm like, what was I thinking? This time, I'm going to have my pre-recorded ones done by the end of January. I'm going to be ready. Ready. All right, here we go. Now, this dude is trying to break it down to tell the brothers, there's no such thing as a gold digger. Women are naturally expensive. So choose the bitch in your price range and stay in your lane. And that's exactly what I be telling them. But somehow, I think because a guy's going to, saying it, that they might listen better. But that's the bottom line. Go stay in your envelope. If you can't afford nobody but a little Section 8 recipient, little baby mama, then that's you. If you balling like 9,000 and you got to have you something like high level corporate attorney partner, or a woman who owns her own accounting firm or something, got 12 employees working under something like that, okay, well then you a big baller and you can afford a woman who has higher, standards and is more expensive. But if you some little, minimum wage making dude, you trying to hook that attorney chick, you out your lane, you out your envelope, and you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Yes, he has it right. For a change, for a change, there's a guy who really understands what the issue is here. Dudes be overreaching. They overreach as far as a woman's taste and stuff, and they overreach as far as a woman's looks. They overreach as far as a woman's what I call her market value. They just be overreaching. They want a 10 and they a 2. No, that's he out your lane, dude. So this he just reminded them to stand there, and I appreciated this. I thought this is not a he's not Dusty, but he's talking to Dusty, so it's still included. Now this here was some amazing stuff, and it's a whole bunch of dudes that actually believe that a majority of black women think like this. It's kind of amazing, but they feel like these women want to control men, and so they look for a guy who's beneath them. So this one somebody put this headline that says, I want my husband to be poor and jobless so that he can be loyal to me. And that's in reverse, why guys want a woman who's not independent and who's, more dependent on him and stuff. This the same thinking in reverse. But for some reason, guys really struggle with it when a woman says it and they want to feel like, she's trying to control. Well, when your men do it and they looking for a woman who's not that educated and not that successful and who doesn't have anything, what are you trying to do? Huh? 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 What? 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 So it's like what my grandmother used to say: the pot calling the kettle black. No, you doing the same shit. She'll shut up. So just because women are getting in on it, I mean, but she's tripping because if she feels like him being broke and jobless is gonna make him loyal, let me explain to you how this works. If you have a man who's broke and jobless, that is a man whose self-esteem has been blasted with an atomic bomb. He feels like shit. Okay, he doesn't feel like anything. He definitely does not feel like a man. So how is he going to try to boost his little ego? By being violent and controlling to you. That's what's going to happen. He's going to talk to you crazy. He's going to treat you poorly. A lot of these dudes want to, get into beating your ass, all this kind of stuff, right? Corner cutting, lying, spending up the money that you made, talking about, well, I'm the man of this house, this kind of stuff. So to me, I would not advise this kind of thinking. I know a lot of women believe it. They feel like if they have a man who needs them and who is dependent on them, that he won't leave. And I understand that's one of my biggest things I have to wrestle with is, after my husband dying like that so suddenly, I, have to admit, that I have some abandonment issues that, just really starting to really address because I didn't really have to. But if I want to be in another serious relationship, I have to deal with the fears that I have that somebody that I love could be taken away from me, in a permanent basis where I have no choice in the matter. It's not like a divorce where you can like go to counseling and talk it out and stuff like that. This is like just gone. Okay, there's no coming back, and it was so sudden and shocking. It's just, it's just really hard for me to get over. And so I'm having to deal with that. And I understand a lot of women suffer those same kind of feelings. But how they want to do it is by getting, a guy like this where they feel like, he's so dependent and needy and that, that he won't be able to leave them, that he will be there because of his dependence. And I'm saying that is not the ticket. He's going to be trying to make himself feel more like a man, so he's going to be breaking his neck to get with some other women to make himself feel like he's somebody, and driving your car to pick her up and all this stuff. Yeah, you guys, I'm telling you, I just I have been doing some deep thinking the last few days since I got myself involved with this new dude. And I really like him, and so it's making stuff that I haven't really had to address because all the dudes I was dealing with before, I was like, I don't know, I mean, they was cool. I mean, if they was there, it was cool, and if there wasn't, that was cool too. But this one I really like, so um, it's making me have to do some deep work that I've put off for far too long. So I can confess, because I be on you guys to take care of yourselves and do the work that's necessary for you to grow. So I wanted to share, that I'm doing the same thing. I'm not immune to this. I'm a human being just like you. I've been through a lot more than a lot of you, and um, have my wisdom to share. But I'm still growing. I'm still growing and improving myself, and we'll try to be doing that until the day that someone throws dirt on my little muggy face. It'll probably be all wrinkled and crispy by then. But I thought this was very, important for women to show, because part of the work for why you would want a guy like this, why you feel safer, more comfortable with a guy who ain't about shit, ain't doing shit, as a druggie, a drunk, stupid, beats your ass, don't want to work, all this stuff. Why, a convict? I mean, what is it that is motivating you to choose that kind of useless crap man? Why? And so this I thought would be a great way, along with my confession, that would get you to kind of to refocus your energy and think about that, and then maybe if you need to get yourself into some therapy to work on that. Okay, no shit, for real. Now, this was just put here just because you know how they always talk about Walmart? Walmart. The people of Walmart. Isn't there like a website or something like that? Out some Facebook page, something. Now, this is a dude. This is an old black man with a mustache up here wearing a bra and some miscolored pantyhose. Oh, you guys are welcome. It's hard. This is hard. This is very, very hard. You're not human. You are Satan. I would have to agree, Leandra. But look at dude. This must be your cousin, Leandra. Because dude is looking kind of something wrong here. Look at the little clerk walking behind him filming. And look at them legs. Yes, you have questions, honey. That makes all of us, I think, have some. Okay, starting with why. No, this is real. Haven't you ever been in Walmart and seen some of the crazy stuff in there? It's like people. It's like Walmart is like the world center, the hub of wacky ass people, and they all go to Walmart. Oh, it's called People of Walmart. Okay, see, I knew it was something. I thought I had run across it one time, but you know, it was just a bit much for me. I couldn't take it. I had to leave it alone. But yeah, look at dude. Look at dude. Mm. And them legs, child, please cover them sticks up. Misshapen little sticky legs. Ooh wee. But I guess he's supposed to be trans now, huh? I don't even quite know what to say. I just thought I would share this with you. Thank you, whoever sent it in, for fucking up my eyes. Just like, woo! Yeah, forget news, forget all them peen pics, all that stuff. Let me see your teeth. What is you working with? What is your grill looking like? Cause you know, folks be having them teeth, man. I'm telling them teeth, man, them teeth be jacked up. You know, them teeth to be sitting all on top of each other like that. You know, all bent and twisted to the side. I can't do that. I can't do that. And then people that have like huge gaps in their teeth and stuff, it's like, man, you just want to drive my car through there. I can't do that either. People that have like a teeth missing, nope. I had one guy that I had dated. I hadn't seen him for a while, and I saw him, and he had like one of his teeth, I think over here somewhere, solid black. And I'm thinking, why do you not pull that out? Why are you over here looking like somebody could play checkers on your mouth? This is not cute, dude. You need to do something about that. And you know me, I told him, like, you know, that don't look right. I just like, and he was like, well, I can't afford to go to this. I'm like, you need to find some money somewhere, sell some can do something because you get that out your mouth. It's better just to have no tooth than to have this big old black tooth sitting in the front of your face. And every time you open your mouth, somebody sees this Darth Vader looking thing in your mouth. I was just too through. I'm telling you, I'm sitting there looking at him, and I'm looking at him. Then I'm thinking, ooh, I'm glad we broke up because that you looking real fucked up right about now. I was like, ooh wee. Mm-mm. So yes, I am in full agreement about this thing here about folks' teeth because you know people got bad teeth, man. They that could affect your health because your bad teeth and gums and stuff. You know that affects your heart valve, and then next motherfucker keeling over with a heart attack and shit. Oh no, 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 no. I don't know what he got. I don't know what his. I mean, he got a good job, but I'm telling you, yeah, honey, it was black, black, solid black. I was like, oh my. I just didn't even know what to say, but I had, oh, well, it was nice seeing you. Yeah, bye. Now this is a good point. I made a whole video about this, but then this just came today. I would have included it in the video, but I thought it would be good to just to remind the guys who like to play these kind of games where they ignore the woman that they love. They don't want to call her. They don't want to text her. They don't want to see her. They think, that she's punishing. They're punishing her and they're getting control and they're building interest. That's the line that the pickup artists are teaching these guys. They're like, don't pay attention to her because that quote builds interest. What that really does is make sure that you don't get no trim. That's what that means. Because only the woman with the lowest possible self esteem is going to be sticking around for a man who completely ignores her. You better do something. You got, 2, 3 days, and then after that, I feel like you probably ghosted me, and then I'll be on about my business. But, I just don't understand that kind of logic. Anyway, there's a whole video. I'll try to remember to, how you put the videos up there and it shows a little. I'll try to remember to do that so that it's linked right here in this spot because I think it's important for a lot of young guys. They listening to these pickup artist people tell them all this silly stuff about how to deal with women, and you got women telling you, no, 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 you want a woman, you need to pay attention to her. I mean, if you're not gonna pay attention to her and somebody else is, then don't complain when she's over there and you all by yourself. You need to pay attention to her. Now, different women need different amounts of attention, admittedly, you know what I mean? But whatever your woman needs, you better give it to her. Otherwise, you're going to be teaching her that she can do without you. And once she can do without you, then she says to you, well, I don't need you. And you're going to be mad and wonder what happened. And it'll be true because you've set that in motion by not being there, you know? Yeah, they do play this dumb game. You right, Sue. That's why I made the video. Because I was like, y'all you got this twisted. You got this very, very wrong. All right. Now, this was long as hell, so I'll read it to you. And he's just another brother who's got his stuff together. He's like trying to, check these young cats and tell them, you need to rearrange your thought processes. So Mr. Lawrence Giles says, I had a conversation with some other brothers a few weeks back, and a topic came up. That topic was about what we as black men value or place as priorities as a whole compared to men of other societies. And what we discussed was disturbing. We as black men in general concern ourselves getting women, fucking, cars, drinking, and getting high. Those are priorities on the most part. If you get high or drink, nothing wrong with that if that's your thing. Just don't let it consume you. Meeting women is great. I love dating women as well. But we as black men have made these priorities over everything. We, on the most part, have no legacies for our children. We haven't started brainstorming on how to generate wealth or rebuild the black community. This post isn't meant to disrespect my brothers. It's meant as a reminder, to myself as well, that we have to change our mindset and start thinking as leaders and builders and not as consumers and followers. Just my thoughts. Now, I have said the same thing 900 times. But when women say it, they get defensive and start telling us we don't know what we're talking about and we can't tell a man how to be a man and all kind of other stuff. But when a man says it, then suddenly it has all kinds of different, importance. These are the same things that, my dad was telling my brothers. And I sat there listening. Of course I was listening. That, they had to stay focused. All that stuff, that party and all that stuff is cute. Having a drink at home after you done worked all day, that's great. He said, never had a problem. My dad liked Hennessy. That's how come I drink it. And he come in and he worked 12-hour days. He gone 15 hours. He sit down and put his feet up and have him a little nip. They'll take a bath and go to bed. Start the same shit all over the next day. But he was very much into building and creating and considering that he only had an eighth grade education, my father accomplished an amazing amount of stuff. If he had had some higher education, he would have been unstoppable. And that's the stock I come from. And he just was just an amazing man. So this guy, I really appreciated this. He's talking to Dusties, and that is why this slide is here. Even though he's not Dusty, or maybe he used to be, he said himself as well, so maybe he had some Dusty traits, but he had enough sense. He's matured to the point now where he understands what he needs to be doing, and he's trying to get other brothers to get on board. And so I appreciate that. Now, this shit here was hilarious. Whoever posted this says, I am deceased. And so it's the Last Supper, right? So the person is showing all of, how it shows everybody up when they talking and gesticulating and all the stuff, right? On the Last Supper. And this clown says, this pig looked like Jesus suggested that they split the bill evenly and niggas was not having it. And so when he shows up on the close-ups, you can see down there at the bottom, on the close-ups, he's like, you know, you he turned my water to wine. I didn't ask for that. See if Jesus got cash app. This kind of stuff. And so those are the captions they put under the pictures. I was rolling. I thought it was hilarious. Well, it's somewhat dusty, but it's making dusty fun of the Last Supper picture. This magnificent masterpiece. But you know, I mean, you got to admit he has a point. It does kind of look like that. It does look like that, like they was not having it. Oh, yeah, you right, Sue. Those are called educated fools. All right, now, this lady, Queen of Zamunda, she says men are able to function both in and out of relationships because they don't give up their hobbies, they don't ditch their friends, or anything else that makes them happy. Women make the mistake of making their man their whole life, and should the relationship end, they're lost trying to create a new life. And that is absolutely freaking true. So many, not all, you know what I mean? There's a lot of women that still do stuff with their sororities and their churches and their friends and, whatever their civic clubs and, they're marching, they're doing stuff. I mean, whatever their passion is, they still do it. But they would drop all of that stuff, a lot of them, in a heartbeat if their man calls or he wants them to stay home with them or do something with them. So it's not like they're really dedicated to what they're doing. They're just doing it to fill the time until he wants to see them or he wants to do something with them. And then they drop what they're doing and they run over there with him. Even if they have plans with their friends, they'll drop you to run over because dude want to come over. Okay, you can see that clown tomorrow. You can see that clown later tonight after we get done. Why do you have to stand your friends up? The friends that I support you through your breakups, which you will be facing another one because you don't learn your lesson. And, I mean, these are your girls. These are I mean, what are you doing? But so many women do that. They just absolutely do this. They give up their hobbies if he doesn't like it. They give up their friends if he doesn't like them. Someone won't even see their family members if he doesn't like them. He doesn't like the kind of job you have because too many men are there. So you get a different one. And so you get a lower paying job. And then when you all break up, then you suffering financially because you bringing in $800, $900 a month less than you did before, trying to please his ass. That kind of stuff. Oh, just so dumb. I don't even know what to say, but the older women be teaching the young ones, you got to make your man your priority. You need to, you can't be too busy for your man. He needs you, this and that. And so basically you're teaching men that, that they're like, you're reinforcing narcissism. That's what you're doing. And you're making it seem like you're nothing without him. So that just blows his head up even more. I mean, it's like a guy should be a part of your life, and he could be a very important part of it. Don't get me wrong. He can be an important part of your life. He can mean so much to you, it's just ridiculous. But you still, ladies, you have to have a life for yourself. If everything you do is giving to other people, then at some point you're going to become depleted. And those are women that you see, they're on antidepressants, their skin's all fucked up, they have all these lines and wrinkles and stuff, their hair's falling out. I mean, it's just you're giving and you're not keeping anything for yourself. You're more concerned with what other people need or want or think and like and all the stuff than you are yourself. And the relationship, in order to be healthy, it has to be balanced. You have to take care of yourself just like you take care of him. He has to take care of himself just like he takes care of you. And if both of you do that and put each other as a priority, then and take care of yourself, make yourself happy, then you will have a great relationship. It'll just be the kind of shit that be walking around grinning all the time. But you have to make sure that you take care of yourself. Carve out time to do the things that bring you joy and pleasure. And he doesn't have to be a part of everything that you do, because then you get together, you can talk about, what you did and how you enjoyed it and the fun you had and stuff. You have something to talk to the man about instead of being like you joined at the hips all the time like a damn Siamese twin. Yes, exactly, Sue. That's what I try to teach them too. That's what I be busy trying to do here. But it's like, man, you got to undo a whole bunch of programming. A lot of it's around, religion and church. Whew. No wonder I be tired all the time. You can't unsee it eating. Oh, now this dude, he's like trying to explain the dusty explanation for Ti taking his daughter to the gynecologist. And in his opinion, uh, that the women that disagree with that did have a father in their life. No, motherfucker, my father was very much in my life, but you know where my father was not? At the gynecologist. That's what my mother did. And by the time I got about 17, I went by my damn self. I didn't need to go with my parents. I'm like 1 week away from being grown. And he's like, it's not like he's in the room looking at her private parts. He takes her there for the exam. He raised, fed, changed, pampers, provided, and protected his daughter since birth. You may not understand that bond. The law says you're grown at 18. You're not an adult to your father in his house at 18. You still baby girl to a father. The hell, you fucking? You got a man, you busting slob, you got a job, you got, whatever you doing that's mixing and mingling in an adult world. Okay, you're not baby girl no more. Okay, now he can still think of you as his daughter, certainly, but this thing where he got to run around and still treat you like a baby, no, that's negatively impacting her growth and development. It's stifling her as a woman. She can't develop into who she needs to be because you got your fucking foot on her neck, trying to treat her like a kid. Yeah, the waiting room or at home. If he had to drive you, you're right. But my father never took me. My mom took me, and then when I got old enough, I took my damn self. I didn't want them coming to the doctor with me. I hated that. I wanted to, do my own thing. So, I just exactly. It's like, man, these men just be like way too concerned with what's going on between their daughter's legs. That's the part that I'm talking about. Worrying too much about her boobs and worrying about what's going on between her legs. Thanks, Eden. Yes, I am looking fancy, aren't I? I tried to put my false eyelashes on and fucked that all up, so I just yanked them back off. I need to practice some more. I bought some. Um, yeah. Anyway, this was really just really creepy to me, that a father would even think this is something he's supposed to do and be focused on and worried about. You know what I mean? Whether he went with her or not, the fact that he's thinking about this and what's going on with her vagina, I'm like, oh my God, this is a weird old man right here. This dude, something wrong with him. And if I was his daughter, I'd move to the other side of the world and hope that I could change my name and never see him again. That's just too freaking weird. Okay, now this right here. Oh my God, what is this? What is this? Let me tell you what this is. That is a man's hand looking all dainty and delicate and held out at that angle with them like manicured long ass nails. Nigga, cut that shit. I know she did. I would have deleted mine too that same day. He just advertising to the world of her coochie status. Fucking freak. I can't stand Ti after this. Well, just for her, if I was her, I would go out and make sure I found one, just so I could fuck him up. Say, yeah, yeah, that's what I would do, just because. Okay, now this woman writes, so my homeboy got proposed to, and he said yes, and this is by a woman in case, because what simple that make to post about, gay issues in a straight group, but whatever. Does anyone still think it matters who proposes to who anymore? I mean, it does to me, but I'm just curious what the temperature of this statement is amongst the single people nowadays. On a side note, he posted this pic everywhere, and I said, as a man, maybe make a fist to show off male engagement rings and extend it for females. I'm just saying, LOL. He write just my 2 cents, and I have to agree with him. Make a fist to do something that looks more like gangster. This is hand all arched and shit. Look at that middle finger. I got the little bend to it, the little arch in it and stuff. Nigga, no. You need to go around everywhere you posted this shit and take that down. That's what you need to do. This don't even look right. And then look at his long ass nails and stuff. No. Ugh. I would never propose to a man anyway. I would rather just die. I would just never do that. But yeah, I don't want to propose. I don't want to do that. I want him to propose. Oh, I don't know where she proposed at an eating establishment, but wherever she proposed to him. Look at that big ass ring on his hand. So they actually have male engagement rings now. I'm like, y'all doing too much. The jewelry industry just wants some damn money, and women are buying into it. Oh no, you're not gonna wear no fucking engagement ring. Not getting married to me. No, you ain't. You gonna wear a wedding band just like everybody else. Yeah, I'd rather die too, dear. I'm telling you. Oh, I wouldn't be able to show my face. I would just feel like, oh my goodness, what is wrong with me as a woman that I had to step up and, like ask my man to marry me and he didn't think enough of me to want to marry me on his own. That would fuck me up for the rest of my life. I'm telling you, I couldn't. It's just very important to me that, he do that because that's him. That's the man. I mean, how am I going to look up to you a man as a man and I got to step into your shoes and do your man shit for you? And then you going to flip around and be arching your fingers, showing off a ring like you the woman. Ew. Well, whether it's cheap or not, I don't do. If it costs more than $200, it's not cheap to me. Cause I mean, you know what I mean? Why you need all that? Okay, let's move on from this. I think I got one more before we go into the Savage Awards. Okay, yes. Remember last week we had somebody, well, I can't remember what the non misspelling was, but here go another one. I hate when a motherfucker assumes shit, he says. And this dude comes back and says, when they what? And dude says, assume shit without knowing all the facts. Now, those of you who aren't looking at this, assume shit is A space, SOON space, SHIT. Okay. Assume. Assume. Who gonna throw the bouquet? Him probably with his arched finger, looking all dainty and shit. Ooh, that just gives me the creeps. I would be so turned off. You had to read it twice. Oh, I just looked at this and I just felt sick. I'm like, who let him graduate from high school? Maybe he didn't graduate from high school. I don't know. I was just like, sir, please go back to school. Please take a night course. Do something. Online class. Something. Something so you know how to spell. Because this is just awful. For a while, a couple of years ago, I wonder where I put that document. I was going over Facebook, right, and I was like copying and pasting all the misspellings that our people had online. The shit was hysterical. I had a whole document full of them. It's probably still on my computer somewhere. I have like 6 drives on this sucker. Probably on one of them because it's some of their old drives. It's probably on one of them. But I'm telling you, every time I saw one, I would like, highlight and paste it into this document. So I had a whole bunch of them. Our people cannot fucking spell. Oh my God. It was just so embarrassing. I was like, oh, what are we going to do about these schools? Because these kids, they can't spell. Ooh, and here, this perfect example right here. Assoon. All right, and now it's time for drum roll, please. The Dusty Savage Awards. This is awards that we give out on this show to the hardest comebacks, the strongest smashes, and the that we get in for the week. We have 3 Savage Awards today. They're not in any particular order, so you think it's doing 3, 2, 1. It's not. It's just like the first one we saw was number 1. There you go. Homeless sexual, aka the definition is niggas be horny with no place to have eggplant. Homeless sexual. I was rolling. I was like, oh my God, this is just too hilarious. Who would do this? I'm going to get around to that, Miss Kitty. I might look into it this weekend. I don't know. Me and Lady Boss talked about it. But I'm just like, oh, the shipping and stuff. I need to do something that's online. I can't do it. I can't take on all that. Plus, I had no place to put all that stuff. All right, because my storage unit is full of my other junk. Okay, look at those. So I thought this was brilliant. Homeless sexual. Okay, we got hobosexuals, and now we have a homeless sexual. Oh my God. Okay, let's move on. Number 2. She say, nigga gonna text me head with a question mark. I responded, shoulders, knees, and toes. Get the fuck out of my face. Oh my God. She was just straight savage. I didn't even know. I just had to get up from my computer and bow down because I'm like, girl, you are the queen. The queen. Yes, John, I dropped yeah. There you go. That's what I need. That's what I need because I just can't. It's too much work. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Remember that little song? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. I don't remember the rest. I just remember that part. But yeah, so there you go. So she put the smash on dude right quick. Get the fuck out of my face, she says. And then the final slide of the night, Savage Award number 3. This girl says, at my funeral, somebody better get on the mic and say she had some good coochie. And dude comes back and says, are you giving samples? I can't be in church lying. I was like, oh, I had to get up from my computer and like, okay, damn, bow another bow down, cause you just hit that 3 on that one. Oh my God, I can't be in line in church, he says. I can't be lying in church, so do need a sample to make sure that it was good. So I thought that was hilarious. But that is that is the Dusty News Network broadcast for Friday night, November 22nd, 2019. We're rolling out to the end of the year. I can't believe it. Because I remember we just was doing like February and like I did those the week of shows in May and stuff like that. And it's like these months are just like flying by. It's just crazy. Yeah, I didn't have a comment either. I mean, what you can say to that? I mean, and it's true. I mean, he can't. They said, she said somebody get on the mic, so you assume the funeral was at the church. Some part of it. Dude was just savage, just savage, and in a nice way. It wasn't he didn't call out her name or nothing, but I thought the shit was hilarious. So again, I want to thank everybody who sent in, memes. You guys keep them coming. As long as you keep them coming, I'll keep doing the show. As long when they dry up, then I have to stop because I'm not gonna be going all over the internet looking for this shit. It's way more to you than it is of me. It takes me enough time just to put them on the slides. Yeah, it was 26 because I do one for each letter of the alphabet. Sometimes I do, double if I have some really exciting ones. And then the 3 Savage Awards. So it's like, 29 slides today. So you gonna be ready, Lacey? Yes, it's coming soon. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get in here and record something, this weekend because I'm still behind. I want to do another one on the narcissist series that I've been waiting on, and then I have some, yes, a couple other things I want to talk about, maybe on the 7-minute video. So if I get myself together, I might be able to make 2 videos this weekend. We'll see. But I do hope that the rest of you, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go out and have a good time. Make sure you're a subscriber. Hit that instant notification bell before you leave and hit the like button also before you leave because when I upload the new video, you'll get a chance to be one of the first people to watch it that way and tell me what you think. This is Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com. Head on over there if you want to read articles, if you like reading. There's like probably 400 or 500 articles that I've written over there that you can enjoy over the years. And, we have also almost 700 videos on this channel now. Be sure to utilize the search feature, put in your keyword to find videos from way back as far as 2009 that I did. So I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you for sure on Tuesday at the next live stream, What the Fuck Tuesday. You guys go out and make the magic happen. See you later. Bye-bye.